Hello, and welcome back to our German 1890 campaign, Blood and Iron. Now, I may end up sounding pretty scratchy in this episode, and I may be muting myself to cough. I've come down with something since last night, but I do want to record this for tomorrow, and depending on how I feel afterwards, I'll maybe try to record one more episode to post the day after, just in case I feel worse tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get an episode or two posted ahead of time. Anyway, let's jump in. In the last episode, we had some more fighting with a combined force of French and British, and we came out okay there. Not as, great as it could have been, but still a very solid win. Now we're just going to press the button and go. Just want to save the game, make a copy. Looks like a battle right off our shore here. Looks like it's a big battle. So this might be a chance to catch some enemy battleships, reduce their overall blockade power. All right. Looks like dawn is arriving. Or I guess it's here. We got 15 hours of daylight. The problem is, where are they hiding? So let's go line ahead here. We go 25 knots. Really not in great condition tonight, so I'm going to put a lot of this, maybe a little bit more than usual, on AI control. But with such large fleets, we have been doing that anyway, where we put stuff under AI control. Wasn't really necessary when we were playing as Japan. Essentially, if they are connected to a battleship group, we'll be putting them on AI. There we go. Let's speed up here. Down to 20 knots so we don't outpace the dreadnoughts that we've got. Okay, looks like we got a mix of cruisers there. Okay. That should probably do it. We got one cruiser sticking way out there. It's a little bit weird. I don't know what formation that's attached to. Maybe this one? Yeah. So it's on screen mode. But hopefully we'll get a picture of where the enemy is at with our Zeppelins. We're spreading out a bit. There we go. Okay. We don't want our destroyers to get too close, but we would like for them to make some kind of contact. Okay. We're getting some conflicting reports about where they're at and what direction they're going, but we are at least getting reports of battleships. Okay, we've made contact. So let's get rid of this clutter. And we'll essentially just shadow them a little bit here until our battleships can get into range. We may end up being able to sneak these destroyers in somehow. Okay, looks like we've found their battleships. So we're going to turn like this with our battleships. Okay. 11-inch guns are hitting the Howl class. It's very nice. We do have some torpedoes on this, on those things, which is kind of rare for us. We don't really have a lot of torpedo-armed heavy cruisers anymore. But we're going to put ourselves on full speed on these destroyer groups and try and get in a position where we can at least launch like a salvo into them. It looks like we took rudder damage on one of our Prussians. We're getting pounded on our heavy cruisers. We're going to change our angle just a little bit here, our bearing. Okay. Our battleships are following up in the rear here. These Weissen class are showing their age. Oh, the Nassau lost its bridge. Admiral killed. This will be reduced effectiveness for sure. We've got a fire on the Hessen. All right, let's turn back this way. Oh no. Okay. We may be able to fire some torpedoes off. Not much hope of scoring any hits, but we only have 2 destroyers in that group. Okay. Those torpedoes aren't looking particularly hopeful. Now we are scoring a lot of hits on these Howe class. The question is, are they good, effective hits? It says it has medium damage on it. It's got an 11-inch belt, so it might hold up against our 9-inch broadsides fairly decently. Oh no, let's straighten out if we can here. It's not good. Man, we always get some ship that pretty much suicides itself into the enemy due to confused orders. It's one of our primary ways of losing important ships, actually. There we go. Now we're turning. Well, it's hard to say who's getting the best of this engagement, really. I feel like I've seen a lot more hits on them than they've scored on us. But the question is, are our guns big enough to matter? We got like 11-inch guns and 9-inch guns. All right, well, they successfully turned away, but we can send these destroyers home now. They're empty. I would really like to catch up with this French French battle line there and go broadside with them. But looks like we're just going to chase. All right, we're going to send the Pommern home. And we've got destroyers making a push on us. Trying to alter our courses a little bit. Looks like we are catching up to these battleships here. Now, whether that's a good thing or not will be determined. All right, we don't want to go straight at a destroyer like this. All right, looks like we're on fire. Still scoring hits on this trailing battleship. So we've been going straight for a little bit too long here. Now the problem is we don't really have a good way to catch up to the front of their fleet. That battleship does look like it's slowing down. Oh, of course. Okay, well. No, we're gonna send that whole group home. I guess they have torpedoes on their battleships. I'm gonna change course here a little bit. I'm gonna grab our destroyers. And see if we can't try to finish off these battleships. And there's still a small chance we can catch up. There's a small chance we can catch up with our battleships here and like catch this thing. Okay, that should... Nice. Okay. That should help with assuring the destruction of those two battleships. We did manage to get them to turn, but there's really no good way to catch up to these battle cruisers. These battleships here, we have a shot at. Okay. These torpedoes look okay. Hey, we scored a hit on them. Nice. That might slow them down. These destroyers are getting out a little bit too far ahead. If there was something else for the battleships to shoot at, that would be fine. Okay. So that's at least 2 battleships sunk in this engagement. We have taken a lot more damage spread out than we're sort of used to. But hopefully in the end it'll be worth it. Like we're never going to catch the battle cruisers unless they want to be caught, like if they want to fight. So we'll just have to settle for trying to sink as many dreadnoughts as we can. Okay, these torpedoes are looking okay. No hits. But we're going to take this destroyer and get it home. Just looking at where we have torpedoes left on our destroyers. Dang. Those the torpedoes looked pretty good on that Rodney out there. Where are our battleships at? Oh, hey there, I was just looking at them. I actually have them selected. But I'm eager to get out of this fight so that we can work on our new battleship design. It should be up for either construction or redesign. I sure do miss our Japanese torpedoes. with their much longer range and the multiple torpedo launchers, or multiple torpedo tubes. Oops. Fire torpedoes. Do we have any left? We do. And we're empty there. Sorry, on the verge of coughing. Oh, that's a nice spread of torpedoes. Nice. Excellent. DD 37. Sorry. I'm sure that's not pleasant to hear. Nice. It looks like we're going to claim at least one more battleship here. So if I'm not wrong, that brings us up to 3 for the mission. So we're just going to send these empty destroyers home. This one's empty as well. This one here is looking pretty good. I just needed to go up there and get involved. And the other HAL is slowing down. That's a good sign. Don't know why. I don't think battleships pick up survivors. Does this thing have torpedoes? It does. So we'll be a little bit cautious here. And we're going to grab some of our destroyers. And we're going to send them up to try and finish this Rodney off. Okay, let's turn away from that thing just in case it still has torpedoes left on it. Okay, 2 more torpedoes in there. That's looking good. These destroyers getting a little bit far out ahead, but we do have ships backing them up like immediately. So let's okay, they're turning away. So we can't get a good shot on the Messina class. We are starting to run out of ammo. And the enemy battle cruisers have all taken off. They've just hecked right out of there. So we're not going to catch the battle cruisers. But we have a very good chance of finishing off these battleships. Okay, can we fire at them? We're just spreading our shots around a little bit. And I think that's, well, we still have the other torpedo launchers on the port side. So we're going to fire and fire. And then we're going to get the heck out of there. Okay. This is fine. We're going to work on these 2 battleships, and then we're going to call it the fight. Okay, got plenty of torpedoes left here. Let's get into our torpedo attack formation, which is line ahead. And we're out of torpedoes there. So send them home. This thing here is really straggling down there. And we'll move to try to intercept with that destroyer group. Okay. Point blank execution. And we're just aiming to start heading home now because we'll probably finish this one here off naturally, the Messina class. We are running short on ammunition on a lot of our ships. Okay. That should be game over. We spent all this time chasing these ships down and damaging them to the point where they slow down. So there's no reason to leave anything to chance. And now we could try to go home. We're not too interested in this cruiser battle here. We just want everyone to make a home safe and sound. We're going to end it. Okay. We got torpedoed again? Man, they've gotten really lucky with that stuff. So we lost a heavy cruiser to a torpedo, and that's the only ship we lost. Yeah. We sank 5 enemy battleships, 3 destroyers, and we didn't catch their battle cruisers. But sinking 5 battleships is a big deal. Let's see. Howe class, Rodney class, and then these are Messina classes. Yeah. So, I mean, these are their, newish battleships. So we're going to exit the battle. We'll take 15,000 victory points. Torpedo bomber prototypes. We're just looking for range and speed on these things. So we'll go with this. The stats don't really matter very much. All right, we're going to rework this design. Whoop. Okay. Uh, okay. We're going to rework the design to have all or nothing armor. And oh, we could do inclined belt. And we can give it increased elevation on the guns. Okay. So we're doing inclined belt with better elevation. 10% change should be like 1 month to. There we go. Let's save it. Let's take a look at the old almanac. So the Brits are down to just 3 battleships in service, and so are the French. However, they still have a ton of battle cruisers in service. We have a bunch of pre-dreadnoughts that they are aging out of service. So let's see here. We're going to rearrange our destroyer groups, putting our old destroyers into these upper fleets. And we're going to put our new destroyers into the battle divisions. Well, the fleets that are assigned to the battle divisions anyhow. It will be nice to have these better destroyers as our escorts, because when it comes to it, having 6 torpedoes and 3 double launchers is better than having like 4 single tube torpedoes or whatever it is. Okay. All right, excellent. Let's save the game. We're going to go back to prize rules on the submarine warfare, because the whole unrestricted thing just isn't working out, and we risk making like Russia mad or something, and they're going to potentially jump in. The USA could potentially jump in as well, because we're at war with France, and I think they're buddy buddies. They are buddy buddies with France. Okay. Well, we're about 40 minutes in. I appreciate y'all sticking with me here. Next episode, we're going to start constructing our new Rhineland class battleships and hopefully have some more battles. Let's see here. It doesn't look like we're blockaded. So it looks like we're the ones doing the blockading. Nice. All right, we're going to save the game. Make a copy. And I'll see you next time. And sail safe out there.